and then you see him try, and it's like it's coming out, and you're like, yes, he's growing with the Force. This is it. This is everything Obi-Wan wanted. And then he starts like I don't know, like he opens his eyes and he sees it that he's not having the strength he should be having, that he's expected to have, and then he gives up. And then Yoda's like, all right, hold on, let me show you. And then Yoda freaking does it. And not only does he do it without breaking a sweat, but he does it being the old Jedi Master, the retired Jedi Master that he is. Up until that point, he's just the on his back, jumping, doing flips, moving rocks. And then he lifts the entire thing out of the goddamn swamp, floats it in the air. Luke is like, holy shit. I don't believe it. And then he's just like, like a sage, that is why you fail. And oh my god, that scene is everything to me. I think that's like probably one of the most emotional times I've ever like. I remember feeling something in a Star Wars movie. He probably was on shrooms. Yeah, yeah. The entire time, right? When he was coming down, and that's when he demonstrated the Force. Oh man, that's probably one of my biggest highlights for sure. And then lowest moments. Let me get a drink of water really quick. I think probably one of my lowest moments is, and it's kind of repeated throughout the series, but like the deaths of just cool people. Like we see Darth Maul. Oh man, this guy's awesome. High ground, chopped in half. Boba Fett. He's a badass. Someone's gonna die. Boba Fett, where? Jetpacked into Sarlacc pit. Captain Phasma, rebel scum. No, scum. That's rebel scum. Falls off elevator in explosion. And then before that, it was Wool Trapper in the trash compactor. So it's like really cool and interesting characters, and then not to mention just the Knights of Ren. I was like, all right. I remember being in the movie that I'm like, all right, this guy's gonna die like a bitch. Sure enough. I mean, they were fighting a very skilled Skywalker, so it was to be expected they were going to lose, but still. Those are good choices. Right? Captain Phasma was interesting. I was like, oh man, just don't Boba Fett her. Let's. And then, I don't know, just. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. They set so much expectation. Well, I don't know. They don't set expectations, but they set things up where it's like your imagination starts filling in the gaps, and then they give you what they give you, and it's like, oh man, that's not what nah. So you just, I don't know. Again, it's my fault for wanting more, but I don't know. It's like, don't give us interesting characters if they're just gonna die right away. But all right, I'm gonna head out. I've been putting working on my meditation off too long. I'm doing a new one tomorrow. Wish me luck. Okay. Yeah. Wish you much luck. Thank you for the Star Wars moments, both good and bad, and the one thing you would change if you had the power. But you take care. Get lots of rest. And I will try to be there tomorrow. So. Yeah, so let me, sap barrels. Let me read this really quick, and then I'll talk about, let's see, what would one thing I would change? A barrel of refined Warshire sap. Its refinement process draws out impurities to distill a volatile chemical. The compound is utilized by the Empire in ways that are currently not understood. For every barrel of sap refined, over 200 tons of industrial waste are pumped into nearby waterways, slowly poisoning the planet. I think there's one little thing that I would change. It's not even a big thing, although it kind of is, but And it's at the end of The Rise of Skywalker. I don't want to say anything. It's relatively still new, but there's a scene where Rey has a coming to Jesus moment, and certain things I heard, I wish certain people were seeing. That would have like, not to say that it's bad, but it would have like kicked it up a notch. Where it's like, oh my god, oh my god. That would have been like a go to the edge of my seat, try to go closer towards the movie theater kind of a moment. Like, put the popcorn down, look with my eyes, and listen, and just soak it in.
I just heard from the captain. They're coming. Oh, this is it. At least we have the high ground.
At least he had the high ground.
Hijack cutter.
Dude, these guys got it.
It's breaking through and destroying everything.
I would have wanted to be a Kenobi. I think about that too sometimes. But it's very
Watch yourself. He couldn't beat you.
sorry, had to focus. It's very interesting. Like, one of the things I've heard was people that have like not estranged, like just people that have very negative family, not resentment, but history. Origin. Oh, that would have been interesting. But it's like, you know, the people that have harsh family backgrounds and they either leave, run away to reinvent themselves to become something new, so they adopt a new name. That's kind of like that. I know a lot of people resonated with that when that reveal was coming, because it's not where you know, what was it? It's not about your beginnings of where you come from. It's about where you're going, who you choose to be. Again, you are who you choose to be. So, it can be a very powerful moment from a certain point of view. And again, that's I hate that she chose the name though. I don't hate that. Again, like I said, you are who you choose to be. She wanted to pay respect. Her master was a Skywalker. And her technically master before that. Also a
Still alive in
Skywalker.
there?
So far, almost to the prison.
Good. Imperial distress calls are going out.
It is the
across
end of the
planet. If you
Skywalker
don't get the
saga after
prisoners
all,
soon.
so
We can do this. I promise.
again, not too bad. I mean, she didn't even learn anything from them. Not anything from the sense that we could wanted her to, but she did learn some things. Not to mention, a lot of it is off screen, like it's in between scenes, or it's not shown, but it's told. Let me meditate. She wasn't involved with Vader and Luke or Leia. Well, she knew Leia. She barely met Luke. I think she was there for like a couple of days at most on Octo. And she was heavily connected to Ben, so... It's pretty much just Rose at the end of Titanic. What's your name, miss? Dawson. Yeah, that was his name, right? Jack Dawson. No, Rose, Jack. What was his name? Or she says his name at the end. She only knew him. She only knew Leonardo DiCaprio for like what? A week on the Titanic? Maybe it was more. Don't quote me on that. They had one passionate night of intimacy. taking his last name. I'm pretty sure it was Dawson. It's been a while since I've seen Titanic, but it's the same thing. But Star Wars is about a dysfunctional family messing up the whole galaxy, right? And how the, I guess you could say adopted daughter fixed it. But Star Wars is about family. That's for sure.
One open.
Not even. Well, we don't know yet. Ryan Johnson still has a trilogy to make, and Taiki Wai, the director of Thor Ragnarok, is also making a Star Wars movie. So is Kevin Feige. So there's, and I think there's one more movie, The Knights of the Old Republic, or something in the Old Republic era. 6 movies minimum that we know about. We know who's directing them. That's about it. One of them's the Old Republic, heavily rumored to be, and Ryan Johnson from The Last Jedi is making a trilogy with new characters. Although he said that he wouldn't mind having characters from the current Disney trilogy showing up in some capacity. Luke died because he didn't want to feel guilty. I mean, guilt is part of it. But it's the same thing, you know, just like what Ben did for him. This is the best chance. He needed to sacrifice himself. Had he acted sooner and not closed himself off from everyone and took the quick and easy way out, even though it was a long way to death, he wouldn't have had to come to that, or at least it wouldn't have had to come to that so soon. But because he put himself in that situation, that's the best thing he could have done for everyone, for the galaxy.
The Jedi will be here any minute.
And our reinforcements.
And retreat.
Good. Break's over!
Converge on the target.
Hunt him down! The Jedi's injured. The enemy is severely injured.
Damn. Fighting these guys on top of that guy is
Too swift for me.
a bit of an issue. And that guy. Shoot him.
That's it for him.
Alright. Now I know. Maximum effort. Yeah, like I was saying. It's very tragic, and it's very interesting, the path Luke chose to take, especially when he closed himself off. Because he used to talk to his father, and Yoda, and Ben, when he was on Octo, but again, you can only be told what you're supposed to do. There's a difference between knowing the path and walking the path. And he didn't want to take the chance to make things even worse, and that's what kept him. It was the fear of making things even worse than they already are. Just because he's had a legacy of failure. He failed in his battle with Darth Vader the first time.
Did you see something move? He's there, right there.
He didn't see anything move.
Assault him! He'll come for us next.
Back up, I've got this.
You won't escape me. I'll slice you to ribbons. I'll end you.
Just focus.
Stand and fight. You'll die like the rest.
Damn it.
Filth.
I mean, it'd be cool to see a Ben Year One Sith story. Yeah, we kind of got that. It's in the comics. It's kind of interesting. He meets the Knights of Ren. It's kind of interesting. It's not as crazy I was hoping it was gonna get, but there is such a thing. It kind of plays out how you would expect it to be. So it's not too terribly interesting. I mean, it is interesting, but it's not like they didn't go crazy with it. But it's his turn to the dark side wasn't as complete as Luke thought it was. When he went into the to the Jedi temple, his temple to train. Palpatine was like already prepping him for like, all right, as soon as this one last thing falls into place, you will be mine. But even then, Ben was already. He was. I mean, he's just again like even. What's the opening line? That's like, you killed your father. What should have made you stronger has only made you even more conflicted, and you lost a lightsaber in a duel to a person who's never once held a lightsaber. So he's like, he's kind of like, in a way, he's kind of like the opposite Luke, where Luke didn't act because he was afraid he was going to make things worse, whereas Ben kept acting and doing bad because he didn't want to have some kind of a relapse and a chance for him to do good. It's just very, I don't know, it's tragic, again, the fact that it happened. So much has happened to that one family.
You see something? Come on, get him. So fast! Get in there!
I gotta get rid of the little guys first. Ow, ow. A lot of damage.
You only delay your destruction. Jedi. I won't bow to you. You will not deny me.
Oh, what? Didn't you like that?
I'll relish killing you. Blasted traitor.
No one calls me a traitor. Oh no!
Your blood is mine.
I force
Jedi.
froze him, but he already made the attack. Alright. Almost there. Almost there. But anyways, yeah, it's like I was saying, just the whole dynamic of that family, the Skywalkers. They've never had an easy life. With the well, I was gonna say kind of the exception of Leia. Even though she probably had the easiest of all the Skywalkers, but she's always had that sense, like she was like Padme, where she always like, I need to be doing something. These people need my help and I need to help them. Her whole planet got blown up. Yeah, that's right. I just meant as an upbringing. I mean, she didn't. Luke always had the sense of adventure. I was like, I want to leave this place. I don't want to be on this rock anymore. Leia's always been like her mom. In the action, wanting to help. And then Ben Solo always looked up to his dad. Again, it's in the books. It's never really explained at all in the movies, but he looked up to his dad a lot, and he would like, his action towards Han was like, that's